So for these high-waisted swimsuit bottoms, I'm basically using some underwears that I bought at my local 99-cent store. And I'm using these underwears as a guide to make these high-waisted swimsuit bottoms. So if you have underwears that are not as wide as these, or they're really small, you can just trace it around on your pattern paper and make minor adjustments. And I suggest when tracing around, add at least an inch seam allowance, because you're going to fold it in twice, and if you don't add that seam allowance, it's going to be smaller than what's already here. So what you want to do is just trace this out, and you want to do the same to the front. So now that I have the back portion traced, we're just going to put this paper on the side, and now it's time to trace the front of this. And what I like to do is just pin it back and kind of tuck it in, and use my pins and needles to kind of hold it in place so that it doesn't move when I'm tracing on the pattern paper. And just like this, and you're just going to place it on your pattern paper and trace around with your pencil. So I retraced what I did earlier so you can see it better, and I retraced it with a marker. So by using a pencil, you're able to erase and make minor adjustments if you need to. So what I want to do is fold this in half, and you want to make sure that you fold this in half evenly, just like this. And you want to do the same to the other pattern piece as well. Fold that in half. And all you want to do now is just cut it on the fold. And by cutting it on the fold, that's how you can make sure that it's even, and you won't have like a lopsided, uneven pattern piece. And once you're done cutting it out, you should have two pattern pieces that look similar to this. And it might look huge because you did add an inch or an inch and a half of seam allowance. So our last step, of course, would be to do the waistband. The waistband is what's going to make your swimsuit bottom high-waisted. So for my waistband, I'm just using my bikini bottoms as a guideline to know how the width should be for my waistband. So all I'm going to do is trace on top and follow the measurement for the waist part. And also, once you do that, you want to figure out how wide you want your waistband to be. And I want mine to be 2 inches wide, so you want to make it 4, because I'm going to fold it in half when I sew it to the bottom portion of my high-waisted swimsuit bottom. So whatever the width is for your waistband, you want to times it by 2, but also add in a 1/2 inch seam allowance as well. So I'm going to make it 4.5 inches. Then you just want to get all your measurements together, and you just want to cut it out. You can kind of see how I have my fabric on the fold, and I also have my pattern piece folded in half, which is on the fold of the fabric. And you just want to cut out one piece for the front and back. And you want to make sure that you cut out 2 pieces for that waistband area. And once you're done cutting it out, it should look something similar to this, with your front and back piece and your 2 pieces for your waistband. So what I'm going to do now is put right sides together. And you just want to pin that top on the side and also the bottom crotch area as well. Now for the waistband, you want to put right sides together as well. And you just want to sew along the sides here. So once you're finished sewing, you just want to flip it inside out, and it should look like this. And then you have your waistband here, And you just want to take your waistband and fold it in half. Make sure to pin the side seams and fold the other side in half as well. Then we're just going to take our waistband and put it upside down like this and connect it to the bottom portion of our swim bottoms. And you just want to pin it all the way around and sew on top. And the last step will be to hem the swimsuit bottoms. So what you want to do is fold in twice. And pin it down. And you want to do that all the way around, and you want to do the same to the other side. Fold in twice and sew all the way around with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Once you're done sewing it, it should look something similar to this, and I pinned it on the mannequin so you can kind of see what it looks like. And when I hemmed it, I did do a zigzag stitch, so I suggest doing a zigzag stitch around that crouch area. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe. See you next week for a new tutorial. Bye!